Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TJR Talks. I'm Agent G.
I'm Agent Umar.
And I'm Agent Hafiz. And today we are going to be talking about sometimes they are bias messaging us kan. The last one, I think yesterday, semalam, this buyer message, orang inquire on our unit on our unit. So they inquire, dia tanya this thing, other than paying commission and the price of the house, what are the other costs involved dia tanya gitu. So actually there are a lot of other costs lah. So kita tak boleh just kira okay, you buy the house at 400,000, you pay the agent 1% plus GST commission, dah habis tu je. So there are other things that need to be paid kan. So
what are the costs?
What are the costs?
So for those buyers out there, bila you nak beli rumah, as what Hafiz mentioned, ada cost. The cost kira kita usually categorize lah into two types of cost. One is the punya CPF punya cost. Maksudnya all this will be potong daripada you punya CPF. And then of course ada dia punya cash cost. Ni semua potong daripada you punya bank account lah kan, pasal ada cash cost. So we start off with CPF punya cost first. Okay, so first kali bila you nak beli rumah kan, you actually, kita tak ada cash cost first, kita go through the whole process of buying
everything.
The whole process of buying. So bila first you beli sebuah rumah, you actually will, sebuah betul lah? Seekor bukan seekor rumah. Sefelet. You beli sefelet rumah. You nak kena meletakkan sebuah deposit. Okay, you need to place a deposit lah on the house. So the technical term for this is
Option and exercise fee.
Correct. So option and exercise fee.
Berapa tu?
So for option fee, kalau dari segi undang-undang, kita actually boleh meletakkan a range between $1 to $1,000. But of course, kalau sekiranya, put yourself in the position of a seller. Kalau sekiranya sekarang ada orang nak beli rumah you dan nak letak $1 as a deposit, you rasa you akan terima tak? Highly unlikely lah kan.
Tapi so, ada tak this $1 deposit?
Ada actually, in fact I pernah buat, tapi tu adik-beradik. So adik-beradik okey lah kan.
So pasal kalau you letak $1, seller macam ni serius kan nak beli rumah tu kan, anytime boleh back up.
Betul, pasal ni option fee ni is ibarat cop tau. Bila you nak cop ni rumah, you belum beli lagi, you baru nak cop je, pasal you nak give yourself an opportunity to buy this house, you letak this deposit called option fee. Kalau you letak $1, seller akan rasakan macam ni betul ke dia nak cop rumah aku. Pasal waktu cop ni, when you place this option fee to purchase the house, there's a period where the seller cannot sell his house. So basically with this option fee, you are buying 21 days of the seller's time. So for $1 in exchange for 21 days, it's a bit tak baik lah, unless diorang adik-beradik lah kan. So in the current market, most of the time, in fact, I would safely say 90% of the sellers lah, they all expect the maximum, which is $1,000. So bila you nak cop rumah tu, you kena deposit $1,000. So that's the first cost. Ting, kira salah ting, what first cost? What option fee? $1,000. Setelah itu, so now with the option, bila you kasih this seller $1,000, the seller akan, in return, he give you 21 days and this piece of paper called the option to purchase. So with this paper, as the buyers, as a buyer agent, is something that we would do for you, kita akan apply for valuation. So valuation, of course, Energy is for what purpose?
Is to see whether the value of the house lah bila you beli. So kalau say lah, this I give you just a scenario, you beli rumah tu at 500,000 and then kita submit for valuation and then the value come out 470,000. So meaning ada difference of 30,000, right? So the 30,000 is actually for the COV.
Correct.
Tapi kalau beli 500, value suka 400, alhamdulillah tak
COV match. COV match pula, value match. Tak ada COV.
So that's the market value lah tu
valuation. Market value.
Tapi berapa ni valuation dia?
Okay, so the cost for applying for this valuation is $120. Ting, cost number 2.
Tadi dah ting one ni ting tu.
$120, yes.
So tadi $5,000.
First 1,000 option fee first. 1,000 first. Lepas tu $120.
$120.
And then sekarang bila you dah apply the valuation, macam tadi Energy mention, dia keluar valuation match together with COV. Valuation match together with the selling price. Tak suka lah actually COV ni tak mula bayar. Engage
valuation.
Kita jadi tak payah bayar COV.
Value match.
Betul. So value match with the selling price. In this kind of scenario, you would probably want to exercise the option. So tadi you cop kan pakai $1,000, sekarang you confirm You dah tengok the valuation semua match, you decided confirm aku nak beli ni rumah. So you nak kena meletakkan another portion of the deposit. So there's also a range for this. As long as the option fee plus the exercise fee all together maximum is kept at $5,000. So again, in the current market sama, you boleh kasih option fee 1,000, lepas tu you kasih $1, tetapi you rasa seller akan accept ke tidak? Kalau seller accept, Alhamdulillah, but highly unlikely, and therefore they will always ask for the maximum, which is 1,000 plus $4,000, total $5,000. So this cost number 3. Ting.
But that's the maximum again, just to
Reiterate,
make sure lah. So this $5,000 doesn't mean that semua rumah you beli it will be $5,000.
Correct.
There are houses yang the option fee can be 500, 1,000,
yes.
$1 pun ada juga.
tapi tu adik-beradik je, adik-beradik. You ever do?
Ada juga. So most of the time kadang-kadang negative sale.
Correct.
Right? Sellers won't take
Any cash.
Yeah,
cash lah.
cash.
Pasal and if you give them the 1,000, 4,000, they still need to return to HDB.
balik.
So they will just take $1, so $2 tu senang nak kasih balik lah.
Betul, that's true.
Yeah, so there are cases like this. It depends on where in the market we are. Whether it's the buyer's market ke, seller's market ke.
Betul.
Yes.
So this will range, but the maximum is 5,000. The minimum is $2.
Correct.
Tapi jangan expect every house you go to is $2 lah.
Tak.
Correct.
$2, betul.
In fact, jangan expect any house to be $2 because it's really something that is very, very rare.
Yeah.
But having said that, it has happened before, you know. So this can also happen. So
Lepas tu?
this is to kira prepare them lah, prepare them. Standby $5,000.
Okay, lepas tu.
Okay, lepas tu kita sudah spend the $4,000. The next process is for us to submit the application to HDB. So submission kita ada cost of
$80.
yes, aku takut salah cakap lagi. So saya tanya.
So ni $80 tadi version
$80.
ini $80. Yes.
$80.
So cost number 4.
Yes. Ting.
Okay, what is this $80 for Okay, kalau dorang yang pernah apply BTO, that $10 kan memang bayar kan untuk apply kan. Resale, for them to look through your documents kan, you dah prepare your document. Kalau you buyer, you need to prepare your payslip, CPF contribution history lah, all the
A lot
documents
of
lah.
things
So
lah.
this semua kita akan minta you. Then when we submit to HDB, for HDB to even look at and process, dorang minta kita bayar orang $80.
Correct.
Kalau you apply BTO, $10. So this is the same admin fee that they ask for lah.
Yes. Alright. So that is the cash cost. We put on pause first the cash cost because next we actually go into the CPF punya cost for a portion. Because when you want to purchase a house, there are certain taxes and fees that you need to pay lah. Bila of course firstly ada price of the house, so tu akan potong, and then next there's this thing that IRAS charge to all the buyers here in Singapore. It's called the buyer stamp duty. Dia ada formula yang nak kena ingat, but kita tak nak peningkan kepala you with that formula. Maybe one day we can do a educational punya ni about going through the formula. Maybe, insyaAllah. Let us know lah in the comments kan. But if not, for now, just know that there's this thing called buyer stamp duty, which is a certain percentage of the selling price of the house. Alright? Or the value, whichever is higher. Yes. So that is, but this fee yang you nak kena bayar to IRAS ni boleh dipotong daripada you punya CPF. Typically you can expect the range to be around 5,000, 6,000 up to 10,000 up to 15,000 depending on the price of the property.
Yes.
Alright. So after you bayar tu, there will also be the conveyancing fees. So conveyancing fees ni maksudnya apa? Ni basically paling senang nak cakap lawyer fee. Alright, so lawyer fee, lawyer nak kena transfer ownership from this particular property to your name. So dia nak buat ni kerja ni, so you nak kena bayar dia lah. Berapa dia punya fees pun sama juga, it depends on the work that they need to do. So itu pun we can go through further bila kita speak when we meet lah, insyaAllah.
So for lawyers pun ada dua kind lah kan?
Betul.
There's a private
Lawyers
and HDB.
Lawyers. So which one you want to use will depend on whether you menggunakan HDB loan ke, you menggunakan bank loan ke. Kalau you menggunakan HDB loan, you can actually use HDB lawyers. Kalau you menggunakan bank loan, you will need to use private lawyers.
Okay.
Alright, so there's also a cost
So
that you
that's
need to
the
pay
cost
to this.
Roughly estimate the cost berapa?
Estimated, you can expect for HDB lawyers to be about $1,000, and then for HDB lawyers to be up to $3,000, sometimes
HDB
even
lawyer?
more. Sorry, HDB lawyer $1,000, bank private lawyers can go up to 3,000 plus, maybe even you know.
betul.
So it really depends on the work that they need to do lah. Again, so kalau pakai HDB loan, pakailah HDB lawyer. And then selepas itu, that is there's also, kalau bila you want to, when you are purchasing a property here in Singapore and you are making payment using CPF, it's diwajibkan untuk you mengadakan insurance. So this is called HPS, stands for Home Protection Scheme. Home Protection
Kau tengah
Scheme.
test aku RES
Aku dah test lah pasal dia kan tadi berbual pasal DP RES kan.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, so home protection scheme. So this insurance basically covers the loan. In the event, example owner dia is myself and Hafiz. So kita dua ambil loan untuk beli this property. Kalau sekiranya I meninggal dunia, Hafiz dah tak payah bayar for this property, dia punya loan dah habis. So contoh loan balance 300,000, I meninggal, Hafiz dah tak payah bayar. Rumah tu dah jadi fully paid. So this HPS covers the loan.
Berapa the HPS?
Okay, ranging also depending on age and you punya health conditions. So but typically you can expect between 300 to 400 per buyer. So kalau 2 orang dah about 800.
Per month kena bayar?
Tak, this one akan dipotong tiap-tiap tahun. So it will be potong from your ordinary account. So these 3 costs that I just mentioned, buyer stamp duty, conveyancing fees and HPS will be potong from your CPF.
Kalau CPF tak ada, bayar cash lah kan?
Kalau sekiranya CPF tak ada, then you boleh menggunakan cash untuk bayar lah, because for self-employed people macam kita kan, we will potentially have to pay using cash lah. Alright, and then so that's it for CPF punya cost. Now we go back to cash punya cost, because after you do all this submission, diorang dah check all these parts and all these necessary costs kan, HDB akan ask you as the buyer to do this thing called endorsement. When you're doing this endorsement, there's also a fee that is involved. So when talking about buying, we're expecting it to be in the range of about $150 to $200, thereabouts. Kalau nak be accurate, usually it's about 166. Try
166.25.
166.25, nampak accurate gila kita kasi. So but basically about $200. Ni you kena bayar pakai cash, pay to HDB. Alright. And then when you actually take over the unit, it depends on which part of the year you are taking over the unit, because the owners of that house would have already paid for property tax. So if example, you are now buying the house in March, owner tu dah bayar property tax in January for the whole year kan. So bila you take over from March, you need to pay the prorated amount from March to December. So that is also going to be in cash. And last but not least, of course, there'll be the agent commission lah. Untuk kita, kita bilang kita charge berapa? 1% plus GST. Okey je. Very affordable. Very affordable. Ada 3 orang tau. 3 orang will be assisting you to actually do this.
Yes.
So ingatlah, bila you nak beli rumah, kalau any of the things that we just mentioned, you have some questions. Tadi Hafiz ada mention negative sale. Apa benda tu negative sale? Not sure, no problems. Give us a call, 8332-8556.
8332-8556.
Yes.
Dan ingat, jangan bimbang,
Tenang saja.